Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Testing. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time, as always, guys, to get this show on the road. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very, very, very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Ladies and gents, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of the London session. Looking forward to, once again, seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today. Let's have a good one, team. So, without further ado, sure what's going on here. Always something just to throw me off to begin the stream, isn't there, guys? There's always something not working with the layout. But anyway, let's get cracking, guys. Let's have a good one. And as always, guys, you know the drill. If you have any charts, any questions you'd like me to take a look at, please feel free to send those into the chat and I will promptly have a look at those for you. But otherwise, guys, without further ado, we'll have a look at charts. Don't forget to YouTube to smash that like button. You really need to hit that like button for me. We need more numbers onto the stream. TikTok, get smashing away at that screen for me as well, guys. Be much appreciated. Don't be shy to say hello as well, guys. Let me know what you're looking at. Let me know if you're currently running any trades as well, and I would happily take a look at that for you. So once again, guys, let's have a good one and let's get started with the gold. Let's have a look at news actually to begin. And what we can see is that today, that is it tomorrow actually. Let's have a look at today though. Today, nothing of that is scheduled anyway that to have any impact on our session here today, but obviously we can see there's often some breaking news. There's been a bit today coming out of the tariff front in regards to Japan and the US coming to an agreement on auto tariffs and a few other things. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's been the spur for gold throughout you know, today, or not so much during the Asian session, but perhaps yesterday. I'm not sure what came out of the news from the Fed, but we'll have a look at all the news and everything anyway. We'll keep an eye on the news, I mean, throughout. But without further ado, guys, let's have a look and start with the beast that is the gold. And we can see we are heading back towards the all-time high territory yet again on gold. Looking at the weekly time frame, and we are forming once again a strong bullish candle here. Very strong bullish candle, bullish engulfing at the minute. So back of that, there's a high probability that any pullback, what we'll be looking for are potential levels previously formed on the way up for price to respect, to head back up and look for a potential buy upon the pullback or above the high. However, in this particular case, we are at resistance, and look at it on the daily, some very, very, very strong resistance. The resistance at the all-time high, basically, we are tapping into it. We are so far rejecting it. So off the back of that, just based off the level, could we get involved in some counter trend sells? Normally, I would not be all that interested in it, to be honest, guys, but with price being at such a key level, it would make sense to plan for it, just in case there are some solid entries. Can't be just fixated always on a particular bias, because it does not necessarily have to burst through the resistance. It definitely could, but it could definitely reject as well. So we'll have a plan for both potential options. On to the 4-hour time frame here. 4 hour, almost tapping into the actual resistance itself on that particular time frame, but obviously daily is the higher time frame, so that is of more concern than the 4 hour. What we do have is the previous 4 hour closing, strong bearish current candle, about to close in 5.5 minutes, also closing bearish, a low high, lower low. So we're going to mark in a low of this candle and see what we've got below it moving forward. As far as resistance, this is where I begin to mark in some levels. We'll mark it in the most recent level. As far as support, don't really have any just yet, so we'll wait. We won't bother about the one to the downside here. We'll wait and see what we got on the 15-minute time frame. Here we are on CDM 15, and that is the next level of support that we are fast approaching. All right, so moving forward here today on the gold, let's see what sort of margin. I'm going to prematurely mark in this level of support, and let's just see what sort of margin we may have below it if there are to be any counter trend sell options using the 4-hour counter probabilities being to the downside. We do have about 40 pips, so potentially enough Now, the issue is current candle is closing by the looks of it too strong of a bullish candle. So off the back of that, what I'd likely need to wait for is something like this to present the following candle to close back bearish below, and then it'd be just a matter of whether or not I have the margin to take a sell back down towards the next minor support here on the M15. So I will consider the sells below the 4-hour low. 4-hour could even be flipping back bullish. We'll have a look at that, which is not necessarily a bad thing. A weak 4-hour bullish candle, potentially a pause. So yeah, all right, so we'll see how that candle closes. Now, as far as resistance, I'm marking this level as the most recent resistance. Now, if price was to be in a pop back above it, there is a high probability that we'll pull back to retest the next level of minor resistance at 34.28. So once again, similar to the downside, but this time in line with the actual trend and structure itself, creating a high within the daily structure as well on the 15-minute time frame. But this time we'll be looking to see whether or not we've got enough margin to take it to the upside here, which is again roughly the same. You're looking around 40 pips. So off the back of that, we may look for potential buys above the local resistance, the most recent resistance form within the current daily candle. We're gonna look for buys above that point there. And anything else for the time being, we're likely just going to wait and see. Could there be sells from a rejection on this resistance? Possibly. For instance, if we do pop back up only to reject and pop back below, then again, we're going to see whether or not we've got the margin to look for a potential sell to take it back down towards, yet again, the daily low. Now, further options will be just to look for buys, guys, to look for a bit of structure to form upon the pullback, or a very strong single counter catalyst, and we are in a big strong uptrend. Like I mentioned, based on the weekly, a previous level of minor support within it, which we do have here at 34.12 all the way down to really 34.06, and we could consider off the back of that looking for some potential buy options from that support. So that is my personal opinion of the gold. Take of that what you will. One thing you need to do for sure though, guys, is hit that like button. Hit that like button, YouTube, TikTok. Make sure to smash that screen for me. Where's the viewer count not working today? Oh dear. Anyway, I'll try to fix that up in my own time. So we're about to close the 4-hour candle here. So that is the gold, guys. Now, what else can we take a look at? Let's have a look at GJ. GJ, bit of an uptrend here. Excuse me, by the looks of things. The weekly still is forming bearish. Still yet to create that upper wick, and you guys know exactly how I feel about that. We don't necessarily need to do so. As long as any pullback is met at previous levels of resistance by further resistance, and likely what we're going to do is continue to push this thing back down. So far so good, but once again, there's still a high probability. We still are quite early into the week, around the midway half of the week. There's still that chance that we could begin to flip and create that upper wick, create the hype that previous weekly candle. Now, what would also add probabilities to that happening is the fact that we remain above some previous resistance here to the left. We keep respecting that resistance, keep forming support back above it. Once again, leaving long wicks to the downside. So that suggests to me, whilst we're in an uptrend, there's a high probability at some point that we're more likely to begin to pop above that 200 flat sort of region and head back up to the next level of resistance, which is still a while away. 204, 205 could be potential higher time frame target on GJ. Onto the 4-hour time frame here, and structurally, I mentioned yesterday it's bullish. Let me just have a look at this. You could argue it's flipped back bearish, and will remain bearish really till, as long as it remains below this point here on the 4-hour. So we are fast approaching a 4-hour resistance. We're going to mark in that level of support for the time being, and we'll just adjust it accordingly. Just adjust it to here, the most recent. All right, so just halfway in almost to that 4-hour range. We've got some minor support here on the M30. Let's quickly look at it on the 15. All right, so we'll incorporate that low there. And what I'd be looking at on GJ is potential rejection sells. The 30-minute structure, believe it or not, is bearish. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag here in GJ. 4-hour and 30-minute structure being bearish. They both will flip above the same point at this rate. So if we begin to reject, form some support, and begin to pop below the support from this current resistance, could potentially look for some sells from higher up. Aside from that, what would make sense is if we did approach the most recent support form within a daily candle, begin to pop below it, and at that point, there's a high probability we're heading back down to the daily low. So off the back of that, I would definitely consider my sell options below 198.570, and otherwise buys above the resistance, maybe not. Still into some further resistance here to the left. Yeah, the only other thing I would consider is buys upon the pullback, and that is basically it for GJ, guys. And last but not least, let's quickly look at gold again, actually. All right, let's have a look at the 4-hour closure. Closed very weak bearish. So nothing in a minute on gold. Let's hopefully it actually makes a move during London session today, because the last 2 days have been absolutely rank. Been consolidating the whole session. But we'll see. Anyway, on to German 40. And once again, looks like we are in a pretty strong uptrend here on German 40. So the weeklies flip back bullish. Still, actually, it's got a lower low, lower high at the minute. It did break the low of the previous weekly candle. Daily, we have the counter probabilities now to the upside on the daily. So off the back of that, I feel there's a higher probability we will continue bullish. Whether we pull back prior to it or not remains to be seen. So I'm going to look to see within this daily candle what levels of minor support we have formed for price to either pull back, form support at yet again, and look for a potential buy upon the pullback, or potential continuation buys above the current daily candle's high. Onto the 4-hour, we're at some resistance here to the left. We may need to be a little bit higher up in order to look for continuation buys. We'll see what it looks like on the minor time frame. Let's go down to the 15 here, and I would just adjust that to the highest point of any bearish candle, which is just there. So just a bit above current level of resistance is where I'd want to be above for some German 40 buys. So I want to see price begin to pop above that resistance, tap back in, begin to pull away from it. Now just adjust this zone to that point there for the time being. That would do. And otherwise, I'd be marking a level just here. Change that to blue, seeing it is a minor level. And what I like to see is, look, you could perhaps get involved in some rejection sells. Maybe if this count closes bullish and only for the next count's close bearish engulfing. But the likelihood of this particular pair is that it's going to make the move either way back down. So without the confirmation, so the other option would be to wait to see if it actually forms support yet again above previous support, like I mentioned before, based off the daily candle. But also those levels, so this level that we've recently formed support at, price was to begin to pop below it, then there's a high probability we'll make a deeper pullback within the daily candle, and off the back of that potentially look at some sell options. So that is my opinion of German 40 as well, and that's pretty much a wrap up of pairs of interest. I will begin to have a look at the chat and answer any questions as per request. So at the minute, we're looking more likely for gold buys by the looks of things, guys. Let's have a good one. Members, I will send you guys a link right now. Had a busy day, guys, but I am here. I thought it might be a bit late today, but I am on stream and on time, so all good. Alrighty, team. Who we got here today? Bartman, Cody A. Haven't seen you on the stream for a while, mate. Hope you're well. Bartman, appreciate you as always. Long way round show, guys. Sub to the long way round show. You must sub to the long way round show. Definitely really good thing going on. Daniel Scott, helping the community, people, you know, who've come from a of a tough background. So definitely give the guy some support. Give him a sub on his YouTube channel. Just quickly click on his link, his profile name. That should bring up his YouTube page. So definitely for a good cause. So when you have a chance, make sure to pop on over to the Long Way Round show and make sure to sub. 38, 33, sorry, 34, 38, 22. 33, 48, 38, 22. What about it? Sebastian, morning to you. Franco, morning, brother. Gold Trader, just got stop profit. Nice one. Yep, sounds good. Tony Gold, Grand Rising to you. Gold Trader going to NQ longs. 23084. NQ. In for 084. Must have got in a while back. Assuming going to you, Jose. What's with the music? Sounds like no, it's not porn, mate. Yeah, NQ. NQ. Looks good above resistance. That's all I will say at the minute. Otherwise, rejection sells. Thank you for the sub. All right, to the tickety talk. You less than normal on stream on TikTok today. Thank you to the 6 new followers and to the 40 odd of you on stream. Welcome. Don't forget to follow. Over an 80% win rate at the minute, just a tick over 80%. So very disciplined team here at A.C.T. Forex. So don't forget to follow. In the meantime, let me have a read of any the questions or what have you in the TikTok chat. Hector, are you live trading or just looking at stocks? No, this is live, mate. This is live. Not always in a trade though, because I have a plan and I've been over the plan and I'm waiting patiently for it to present. That's what I do. And when I do it, there's an 80% chance it's going to be a winning trade. So that's why I stick to my plan and not just for the jump on stream, right? I'm buying gold. This is why I need a confirmation. Gold is done for today. Bot trades. Hector Cowboy, can't find a ticker on Ripink. Can you see what the ticker name is? Were you talking about XAUUSD or what are you talking about, mate? I make beats. Have you seen Thursday's news? Yeah, there's a lot of it to come tomorrow. Tomorrow's a massive day. You got PMI across the board for pretty much all sectors, the euro and the pound, the US dollar. You've got even Governor Borlake from RBA. Not the name, but anyway. Governor Bollock. Bollock's the Bollock. Bollock's the Bullock. Speaking. And they're likely going to be very dovish, which is shit for the Australian dollar. So apparently interest rates will be coming down, which I have no idea why, but yeah, inflation is crazy out of control in this country, as it is everywhere around the world basically. Leaning gold, bullish or bearish at the minute? I'm leaning to the upside, seeing we are approaching resistance, and if we pop above it, there could be options to maybe take a buy. Boots coup thoughts on A.C.T? Have no idea what it is. Grayson, more into you, brother. Trading Caden gonna hit GJ today. What we'll be thinking about Asia? Well, there's a lot of news to come out of Japan today with the tariff agreements with the US. Looks to be a little bit of, perhaps a bit of a negative for the yen at the minute. My beliefs of GJ, I went over it before, so I'd be looking for sells from the resistance, but it's rejecting just below it. So I'd rather now look for either probably buys upon the pullback 198.650 or sells below 198.570. What are you waiting with gold, Dylan? So buys above resistance at 34.2390. sells below 34.1652, and it's all a matter of whether or not you have the margin to do so once we have the confirmation to look for either opportunity. TP Petkov, what time frame? Predominantly the 15, but I will look at the 5, 30 and the higher time frames, but 15 is usually the confirmation time frame. Steve, I need help with trading. I don't know how to trade, but I love it. Just watch the streams, mate. You'll learn a lot. You want to know more? Send me a DM if you... yeah, but you'll learn a lot from the streams. Sam, you waiting on short? I'm waiting on an indication whether long or short. Cody was saying where I got in, but I'm okay, mate. Just trying to take things slow. Nice one. Carl, good morning to you. YouTube picking up, I see. Slowly picking up. Yeah, slowly. It'd be better if we had a few more. So you guys can help me out by smashing the like button. There's 35 of you on stream, only 14 likes. Let's get the like count up, guys. I want to do giveaways. I want to start doing more giveaways, but I need you guys to help me out. I need the YouTube stream to the numbers to consistently be up over 50, 60. All right, consider a giveaway. And I do have metrics to show me who watches the most. So you guys are the ones who will have the preference when it comes to more votes, I suppose, for the giveaway. Believe it or not, I know who's watching, guys. You can see it. Sam, gold. Yeah, so I'm just waiting. Steve, no problem. 100 sleepy. Hey man, if it's sell, where would you set TP? TP will be set at this support. So 34.12 roughly. Welcome to you. Sam, all good? Thoughts on ETH? Thoughts on ETH? It's the only crypto I hold of anything of other than some shit coin, which I was given a free airdrop. And quite a lot of it actually, a couple of thousand, but it's worth not even a cent. I think it's worth like a tenth of a cent or something. Thoughts on ETH? Very bullish, extremely bullish. As long as Bitcoin remains really above 110, 100k even. Obviously, it's become, I think, more of an altcoin. Well, still obviously Bitcoin's leaned away, but the altcoins looks like they're starting to pick up a bit of steam here. Usually led by ETH. I have no idea when it comes to fundamentals. I've no real interest in the crypto. It could be another high market cap crypto that's leaning away. I'm not sure at all, but it's very bullish. You're obviously approaching some resistance here to the left hand side. I think it's a 4-hour level. Yep, but look at the structure. It's just consistently creating higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, so on and so forth. Continues to respect that. Then we are very bullish. Now, where it may start to pull back a little bit deeper is in fact when we start to flip some high time frame structure. So minimum the 4-hour time frame, and that confirmation will come below this particular support here. At that point there, you're going to flip the 4-hour structure back bearish. That is what I believe to be the last significant higher low, and it lines up perfectly with 3,500 flat. So if price was to close below that point there, that's when we may start shifting to maybe a little bit of a short-term downtrend, I suppose, where we may make lower high pullbacks, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then it'll just come down to Bitcoin. If Bitcoin pumps again, so will all the altcoins. So that's my thoughts of it. Yeah, and it's the only crypto I really have pretty much anything of. Whoops. All right, gold. 10 seconds. Are we going to close above here? I'm not even on gold. Maybe I'm trader. Need to leave an upper wick. All right, for there to be any potential entry here, this candle needs to pop up, break the high, and then pull back down, create a low wick, tap into these lows, and begin to flip again. Pure price action. So far so good. It's popping up. We want it to just break or really tap in minimum to it. Preference would be for it to break, then flip. Iframes is 15. Once it pull back, to pretty much tap into at least that bearish counter's high, and then begin to flip. And if it does so, I might place a buy stop back above the high. But without it, then I'm just gonna wait for the confirmation, closure above, and then the next potential option could be either the limit order buy at the high of the bearish candle, or continuation buy, so long as this candle doesn't make the move up to the resistance and we still have the margin. Yeah, even a 5 minute here, we've had no pullback or come straight from the daily low. So we need some sort of resistance to form within this candle prior to any entry. PB Petkov, thank you so much for the stickers, appreciate it. Juicy, think it's going to be a buy. Mate, 7,500 is quite realistic by August. Oh, underneath, maybe, I'm not sure. Cells look good. Steve, can I buy now? If you want. Again, I've made quite clear what I want to see happen, and it could potentially still pull back. All right, so now we're going to track out in the 5 minute. Jed, will you go up? Will I go up? Where am I going up to? They're waiting on gold, if that's what you're asking about. Justin's like the governments, he's watching us all. Yep, 100%, mate. Eyes on all of you. Gold trader high today is 34.39. Oh, there's a good chance it could come back up today. Is the high? Oh, sorry, today's high. Yep, that is the daily high. What I would love to see here is the 5 minute closing strong, followed by a little weak pause back above this resistance, closing back bearish, and then I might look to buy it. Nev, g'day to you, welcome again. Have you on the stream once again. What I think will pull back to the current push up, you mean? Potentially 34.28. So being extra careful here, guys. We come from a daily low. Got the 4 hour at the minute in a little bit of a pullback phase. Current candle is no low wick, so we want to see closures above. Simang, what time you trade every day? Generally at this time of day. From depends where you're from. I mean, for me it's about really from around 4 p.m. my time is when I focused on training. It's all about 6, and then take a break for dinner, come back on for a bit for the team. Sometimes I'll find a slightly early entry. YouTube, let's get those likes up, team. I'll try and never take new gold positions this time of day. Now, once to see 30 minutes into London Open, fair enough. I'm happy to take trades this time of day as long as I have the right confirmation. On a bit of a knife's edge here at the minute, so don't yet have the confirmation I want to see, but we'll find out shortly. May even come down to the closure of this 15. Once again, within it, we've got a little bit of a pause, but we remain we closed the 15 above. We've got a 5-minute weak bearish candle, and then I may consider a buy based off that as price begins to break above what will be the candle's high. Gold trading market's been open 6 hours, giving many opportunities. This hour is the worst time of day. In your personal opinion, that's fair enough. I don't want to sit there. I don't have time to sit there from 6 hours ago. It's actually been open longer than that, my friend. Daily candle has been running for, I mean, how long now? 10 hours almost. And I always say to my guys, you have some rules, you have a blueprint that you follow, you have your particular price action patterns that you want to see in order to validate your trade, irrespective of what time of day. That's all you need to do. If suited trading for you is more preferable at 1 in the afternoon till 3 in the afternoon during the Asian session or whatever, Australian time, Australian Standard Time, that's when you trade. If it's more preferable later into the evening into NY, that's when you trade. The only time I would not recommend trading is the dead zone between NY closure towards the end of NY and Sydney Open, where the spreads are terrible. Even at Sydney Open, the spreads are still shit house. Plus the volume's not great. I would preference waiting until Asian Open to start looking at trades again. Bit of volatility here on gold. Guys, just give me a minute. Be back in 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. AUD not moving, it never moves.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back. As YouTube must have missed me. Your count went down when I left the room. And come back, guys. All good. I am still here.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Hey, I'm okay, thank you. And you?
That's it. Yeah, good, mate. All good.
Yeah. So let's see. Hopefully this time have some movement here. On
Yeah.
London session.
For a change, it would be very pleasant to see London session make a decent move.
Otherwise, we need to switch in the vacation time to
It's
the
a-
NY session.
Yeah, late nights, not something I enjoy, but yeah, it seems to be where all the moves coming from of late. That Asian session today seemed pretty quiet as well, to be by the looks of it. Yeah, gold yesterday. Yep. Wait and see.
On GU, it's the same as yesterday. So
Yeah, very similar.
range. So it seems a picture perfect copy from yesterday.
Yep. Similar scenario.
But nevertheless, I'm looking for some sells on GU and also on EU. They are
Yeah.
more or less the same.
Yeah, it still looks like it could potentially fit. You really need to. Oh, I'm sure you're waiting for a closure either way. You need the closure below the retest as the stronger confirmation because it is very bullish. EU, is that at a level at all? It is. EU probably better for rejection, but as we know, they'll probably move in unison either way. So one goes down, the other one will likely go down as well. Slow trickle. So once again, this is usually met by a continuation of the impulse, and that's exactly what happened yesterday. It's what happened. It's what happened. It's what has happened throughout the week. So, yeah, just have to wait and see. But gold looking pretty good. I mean, even a 30. Wait 4 minutes for 30 close. The 30 closes above this resistance. That's enough of a catalyst in itself. That to me would be definitely enough of a catalyst. So there could be options to trade gold in just under 4 minutes. But once again, waiting patiently, not getting triggered into an impulse entry due to FOMO or anything like that. Emotions has saved us from taking a loss at the minute. So nice rejection. Now I don't have any support here on the 5. So I don't have a confirmation to sell it. We're just patiently waiting. Come on, YouTube. 22 likes for more than double that on stream. Just takes 2 seconds to hit the like button. Right, so you're gonna sell on GJ. Samung, what country? From Australia, my friend. Time zone, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Looking for a buy, potentially. SNM. SNMZX, sell. Possibly, but not a minute. Did it chat? Hello to you. Alex Solar, buy. If we always above 34.23.90 is resistance, it's a buy in my opinion. But for it checks, I need a bit of 5-minute support or something, and I want closures below this resistance. So we're tapping back into basically the high of that resistance, the open, sorry, of the resistance. So we want to be below it, and I want a little bit of a pause now on the 5-minute, create some minor support, and if price begins to break the support back of that, then I could look for a potential sell option. Now this continues to push the next 2 minutes, then it's nothing we can do because you won't have the margin to sell it. But what I want is for this count to close below the zone, and then I want a 5-minute pause on the following candle, like so. And if it closes weak bullish, that creates minor support below the resistance. And then as the next M5 opens up, breaks the low of the M15 catalyst bearish candle and the 5-minute support, that would be my entry. But again, that's just trading a familiar price action pattern that I would execute upon. And if that presents, I could have an option. If it doesn't present, it's just not my entry, and that's simply it. Gold is bearish. Gold is bearish. All right, each their own. There are opportunities to potentially sell it, but I believe it's in a massive uptrend either way. Needs to fill imbalance, doesn't need to fill nothing. Could do whatever it wants to do. Gold's not thinking, all right, there's an imbalance, I have to come back down to fill. You can do whatever it wants to do. You just trade your plan. If that means trading imbalances, by all means. For me, I'm not interested in fair value gaps, imbalances, whatever the deal is. I'm just simple price action at the levels I want to get involved. I wait for my price action signals, my catalyst. That is how I go about it, and that's what works for me. Bot trades, yep. Bot trades, a lot of sell orders in the 4 hours. Yeah, the 4 hour, a lot of sell pressure at the daily resistance. Because otherwise I wouldn't be considering selling it, to be honest, because I believe it's in a strong uptrend. But seeing resistance on a higher time frame, and there is definitely sell pressure there, as to be expected, I would also look for opportunities to take a sell if need be. But once again, I don't have it. We're closing back bullish. Ooh, almost above, but not quite. We really want it to close above here. So let's just, once again, keep a little bit of a close eye on this thing. Popping straight up, no low wick. So for me, there is definitely no entry off the back of that. popping back down. Let's see if we tap into this the low of this support resistance, sorry, and if we do, I might buy stop the high. This pure price action. We're safely above some resistance here to the left. There is some pretty clean price action up to the high here. So we've tapped into the low. One. Reds are wider than usual on IFC markets here. You know, pip and a half. All right, yeah, I'm not seeing it because there is too much rejection just now. All right, if we got 5-minute support, not yet. For me, it's a little bit of a wait and see still. Had we respected the low of this zone and begun to flip back and break our own high, I would have happily taken an entry. But I don't like the fact that, first of all, we did not close above, and now we're pulling back quite heavily at the beginning of this candle, back below that previous minor range. So the resistance back into the range below. So I might preference a 5-minute closure. Thank you for the subs, YouTube. Appreciate it. Possible to go to 3405 B3N. Possibilities? Yeah. I mean, you're distance off it. All right, so let's see if we get a 5-minute closure back above, and then I will put the buy stop back in.
Justin.
Yeah, mate. How's it going?
Oh, missed the trade on GU just then.
Similar thing to yesterday.
Yeah. It's off a five level. So just to the left, I wanted it to sort of take these lows, and if you look slightly left, nice little IC candle, like on the move up. Like even further back than that.
Oh, really? Oh, here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Would have had that zone tapped in.
Oh, man. Yeah. Didn't have an order, or you?
I'd set it all and price come to it, but it just I couldn't get the order in quick enough, and then
Oh, really?
I was waiting for the 5 to close engulfing, and it would have been the 30 close. I was waiting for the bot wick and then top wick and win, but
Yeah.
I can't. The stops are invalid now. I can't, the trade's not.
Yeah.
It pushed too much.
Would have been perfect though. Again, would have been perfect.
Did you see that yesterday? Did you see the?
No, didn't see what happened yesterday.
On that
After the
30,
call,
Yeah, on that 30.
we're looking at around here. Yeah.
Yeah.
It did actually come back down, didn't it? Oh, mate.
I was,
Yeah.
Mr. Phil in the chat yesterday, I was like, it tapped in like right at the end of the day and then just took off.
Yep. But you weren't on the charts for it?
No. I set an alert, but by the time I got to my computer and tried to get it, it gone.
Pop back up. Yeah, it happens. Of course, it happens, mate. I've removed my gold buy limit, by the way. Guys, it's nowhere near it now. I'm well through, or beyond that point. But yeah, we're watching gold here. We want the closure now back above, and if we do, then I'm going to set the buy stop. Where's the high of the current candle? So 5. It's been a tough start to week to find clean quality entries, but weeks in profit, albeit small one. Only the one trade. Camaras. Favorite indicators, I don't use any. Price action. Candlesticks. Check. It's double CEP, no idea what it is, to be honest. Florida tool. Buy or sell. Looking like it could be more of a sell a minute. I mean, it's still rejecting, so there is no options to buy it for me as long as you remain below that resistance. So again, not bothered, not in a trade at the minute, so I'm not worried. Waiting for a confirmation, and I want to see some sort of closure above. Right, Coca-Cola Pacific. Yeah, I don't look at individual stocks. Yeah, I went London sweep lows M5 then buy on gold. Gold tray looks like a sale at 34 27.50 around that level. Potentially has to get there first. All right, let's see here, because we've got 8 and a bit minutes left on the 15 minutes. So what would be really nice if this 5-minute candle closes something like so, I mean, at that point, and then we have a little bit of a pause on the next M5, but we still managed to close bearish engulfing on the M15. That point there, I may take an entry to sell it back down to this support. Not a great deal of margin, but it's definitely a price action catalyst that I'm familiar with. I need something though, because in a minute, I mean, you could argue the 5-minute structure is technically flip back bullish, so it could just pull back to create a higher low and then flip, begin to pop back above. Just when it's key, g'day too. Gold is moving like Master Shifu, just doing radical moves. Not wrong, mate. It has been for the last few weeks, hasn't it? Let's go back. I can't tell what it is anymore. Leaning more to a seller. Yeah, it is a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? So am I, but now it's just dropping without any real strong confirmation. Nut Chillis. We selling now? I'm not. It's creating better structure, maybe. Marek, I'm trying and cannot find this symbol on XTB. Never heard of XTB. Is that a crypto broker? If it is, you probably won't have it there. This is gold, spot gold. Bot trades, thank you. Scope bar being sells, nice one. I'm patiently waiting a confirmation, and right now this is going without the confirmation I want to see, so ain't a great deal I can do about it, to be honest. I just have to wait. I'll try. I want to see the next 4 15-minute candle closes. My view is market could pull back $20-$30, but the next $122 up. Possibly. I believe gold will be back at its all-time high again quite soon. DJ, oh, look at that. So dipped well below the support, but we're back above it now. All right, EA is one I want to keep a bit of an eye on. In fact, let me do some analysis on it. Used to be the whipping boy. I used to love trading this thing. Back in the day, the old guys would know, we used to destroy this thing. Well, looking at the weekly, we do have a high low, higher high, but seeing we do have a high low, higher high, we don't necessarily need to pull back and break our own low. Seems to be a bit of strength in the Aussie dollar for a change. Shock horror, but there actually is. Daily structure, I would say that is technically bullish, but not so concerned by the structure on a daily. What we do have is counter probabilities to the downside. Not quite yet tapped into the support here in the daily, so potential for continuation sells below the low. If there is the margin, once we go down to the 4-hour and M30, the 4-hour is actually bouncing out of support, so it might be a little bit tricky to sell it into that level. We'll just mark that in. Resistance, got point here. And the structure, this is where I'm more concerned by structure in itself. And what I would suggest is it's technically bullish, the way I see it, and it's respecting some support. So off the back of that, We've got the weekly bullish. We've got the 4-hour structure bullish. We've got the daily counter probabilities to the downside. Now onto the 30, and we'll also maybe look at 15. 30 is definitely bearish, so it's a bit of a mixed bag here. I would, at this rate, preference the sells upon a pullback. There isn't a great deal of margin above any of these levels to buy it. So this is the most recent resistance that we are fast approaching. So what I would personally do is wait for it to pull back up and see if it does reject, and look for a potential sell option back below it. There is no sells below the support because it's running into one almighty level of liquidity here. Very, very strong level of support on the higher time frame. So I would not be interested really in selling it anywhere into this level. Rather wait for it to form a little bit of structure, maybe look for a buy. And also possibilities of buys above this resistance. At that point, you're going to have the confirmation of the M30 flipping back bullish. That's your catalyst to look for a potential buy. Once you have that confirmation, bouncing off the 4-hour support, at that point I feel there's a high probability of heading back up to the next resistance at 1.7940. So that is my opinion of EA. I will keep a bit of an eye on it. I'm going to shift it up actually towards the top here. Perhaps that is one we will begin to look at more often. So for the time being, the only pair I really trade live is gold. I still will probably consider GJ. Cody. Gold trade, agree. Cody, still holding my gold sell from the high. Fair enough. Just have a plan about how you're going to go about managing the trade. Sapphire, Rare Stone. Got my view sell from test 34.32. Yeah, I think that's a good option as well. This resistance. Yep, I'd be looking for sells if it does reject. GJ, any view? GJ had a look at it before. Let's pull back to that support, but it's up and down. There is not going to be the margin to buy it, but it looks a bit back up. Or is there? Really? Might be. Once again, I want to see a little bit of maybe the next M15 close back week bearish, and then I feel London Open would be a really nice option to buy. Still going to close the M30 looking like so. Wavy braid. We'll close the M30 pretty much looking like this, if that's to be the case. It suggests we grab liquidity from the downside. We've closed back above support, back bullish. Within it, we create a minor resistance in the M15. Prices to begin to break the minor resistance after creating a lower wick. Next probable destination is the resistance up ahead. So off the back of that, that is something I would consider buying if it does present. So we'll keep a little bit of an eye on GJ. Looks like we could have the first tick, surely. EU and GU view for today. EU and GU we had to look at before. It looks cleaner to the downside, but they're in big uptrends. So what I mentioned is often these slow trickle pullbacks, which resembles consolidation, is met by continuation of the trend and with impulse. So I'd be hesitant to sell it. You need a really strong confirmation, such as a really strong closure below support. None of this slow trickle business crap, because at some point the buyers are likely going to step back in and push this thing back up. So you need to be very cautious with the sells. Wait for a strong closure below, a retest, and then that point, that's the only time I would consider it. As far as buys, it's a bit tricky. GU, I mean, possible buys above the resistance, daily high. EU, the buy, the upside. I would preference this level here, up 117, 380, 388. Still at that point, there isn't much margin though. Back to the gold. What are we doing here? 15. Close back bullish. This is very nasty price action. It's not easy at all, guys. We need to be very careful with this.
German 40 didn't close bad.
Sorry, mate?
German 40
Yep.
looks good on an entry. Are you marked here H4?
Yeah.
Resistance? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got some resistance here.
Okay. Okay.
Got no lower wick as well. It's popping straight up. Not easy. Can be frustrating, but you just need to accept that sometimes you're not going to have the right confirmation to take an entry.
It sound right, boy.
So you're on a 5. Price to go live every, yeah, yep. Escobar, that is the best play at the minute, is to wait for London Open. Gridox, Goldox, and I'm not sure if it's an L or R. I. How much should I invest in XRP? Whatever you can afford to invest in XRP. I don't invest in it. Merrick. No, I'm similar site than yours, but I'm Iceland, not just you. Oh, really? Welcome from Iceland. Wow, don't think I've ever had a viewer from Iceland. About using VP, yeah, of course. Cameras, I followed you but missed to catch you live. Oh, you're here now, which is good. Ali back up, what if? Ali Dax? Yeah, so it needs to be above that resistance in my opinion. And we've come from the support almost, so you want to trigger in some sellers. Have a look at a 30, higher time frame in the hourly. So the 30 bullish engulfing also would be a pretty strong catalyst. The hourly as well. If it closes back above the hourly, you've got resistance a little bit higher up though. So if you're playing it based on the hourly, you probably want to be above that point. I would focus more on the 5 and 15 on German 40 purely because of the volume. But I would patiently wait because is it just grabbing liquidity in order to reject and head back down? And look at gold, still very tricky here on gold. Nev, g'day, welcome to the MY squad. Welcome, mate. That means you will, yeah, well, need to get access to some MY calls. Good to have you on board. There is not a great deal else at the minute with that membership. I do apologize. You're the only member, so there you go. Appreciate it, mate. If you can, send me an email. You should be able to, my email is down below. I can post into the chat for you, just in case you can't see it. I remember my bloody email address, that's great. Yeah, you could send me an email, mate. Just say g'day, and I'll fill you in some details, because that's likely how I'll have to send you links. What is daily bias? Nado. The daily bias, in my opinion, is still very bullish here on gold, but we are at resistance. So, irrespective of my daily bias, I mean, I can just buy it because I am wary of the fact we are at some strong resistance. And again, as per the rest of the week so far, we're really struggling at the minute. I feel at this point it is best to wait for London Open and maybe even play it based on the hourly here. The hourly closes bullish engulfing. Then what we'll be waiting for is the new hourly candle to create a lower wick and begin to break above the candle's high. And I may just, that would be the signal. Price action catalyst. It's not the usual one that I would look at. It's not the 15, it's not the 30, but it's relevant across the board. So the hourly closure here, the bullish engulfing candle, to me is a stronger confirmation as any other. So off the back of that, I would look to buy it. So long as the new candle creates a low wick, path back into this zone, then we would have a buy option. Now, if it closes significantly above the zone, then I may even look for a limit order buy back at the height of this bearish candle. So we're more focused on the 1 hour time frame just now, because the 15 is a mess. But what the 15 does suggest to me is the fact that we probably grab some more liquidity from within this range below. If we do close back above, close the 1 hour, the M30 above, along with the 15, and I do believe there's a high probability we'll come back up to retest 34.28. So that is what we're waiting on. Meantime, let's fingers crossed it doesn't just go, because it may. I'm not going to take it though until session open, because I just don't trust it at the moment. It's really struggling. Nev, all good, mate. Not a problem. Gold traders time of day is always the same. Last hour has been $5 range. Gold and Q both moving up at the same time. Yep, and Q below some resistance. Does look good above though. It does look really good. Personally, wouldn't trade NQ this time of day. That's my personal opinion of it. Doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. It's just I would not favor trading this time of day. That's all. Sam X5, am I looking for buys now? No, I'm waiting for the 1 hour to close. Waiting for London Open, waiting for the strong confirmation, seeing we are really struggling. Camaras. How regular are you on TikTok live? Daily, Monday to Friday, my friend. All throughout the weekdays. Clark. I'm thinking of watching gold longer before tapping into buy, but not sure. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for the hourly closure here because we still are struggling. This is tricking people into buys, then they're probably jumping to sells because it's rejecting the buy's not going well. So I'm just waiting for the stronger confirmation, which is the 1 hour candle closure. Think it looks downtrend, candle changed my mind. It's a bit tricky. I don't sweat liquidity and already tapped back into the order block. How long do you think gold will go? So for A.C.T, I want the closure above and then potentially back up to 34 could get to. I mean, 34.28 is where I would first target. I mean, before I probably secure some profit either, because again, in this sort of situation when gold has been really tricky throughout the week and throughout the past few weeks during London session, that is the fact. We've been on the charts Monday to Friday the past few weeks, and gold has not been favorable, in all honesty. So I'm going to trade off the higher time frame here, use that as the confirmation, and I'm just going to secure, if I can, I'm going to secure some partials where I see fit. 100 sleepy? No, I'm waiting for the hourly candle to close. Waiting for London Open. What site am I using? Paolo. Trading View. Arafin, more into you? Not at the moment, but we may have a potential option in 5 minutes. E40 OG. How long have you been trading, bro? Taking a few tips and ideas from your lives. Nice one, mate. More than 8 years now. Gold trade, I do not like trading Q. At all, I might take 12 trades a year total. I don't trade it at all. Spinix I like these charts sometimes because it teaches patience and discipline. Now I can use this time to get more. Yeah, agree. More chi. Yep. And once again, this situation, there is nothing wrong with going up the time frame, because the 5-minute would not be friendly whatsoever at the minute. In all honesty, it's just there's no real structure behind it at all. There's no momentum at all, so nothing wrong with waiting for this hourly candle to close and close bullish engulfing. That's a pretty strong catalyst. Lana, 1 hour bullish closure coming up. Yep, that is what I'm focused on. Gold trade in 35 minutes, everyone should know a lot more. Potentially, yep, but I'm still happy to make an option to buy it if I have the right confirmation in 3.5 minutes. This song sounds like a little bit of a porn song. Just realized. On mentioned that earlier. Arafin, no, I'm waiting for this 1 hour to close, waiting for London Open, and maybe looking to buy gold. Ollie? No, I'm more towards the buyers as long as we close above bullish engulfing on this candle. User, buy or sell. I'm looking for a buy in 2 minutes and 40 seconds, potentially. YouTube, thank you guys. Thank you for getting a like count up. Do appreciate it. Slowly grinding away, slowly getting those numbers back up on YouTube, which is where we deserve to be. We are probably, percentage wise, win rate wise, probably, I would hazard a guess, probably #1. Maybe don't take as many trades, but we teach discipline, patience. We look for higher probability entries. We may have a pretty good one shortly. Arafin, all good. Had a pretty busy day. Jack GIF, I have no idea what that means. I don't think we'll go up without take liquidity down, even in close bullish. Fair enough, mate. So you just stick to your plan. Again, doesn't mean, you know, it's a winning trade. As long as I have my plan, I just react to it. No guarantees. Jack GIF, I'm not trading crypto. Will's Zip 97, what entry you think? So the entry point for me will be above the high of this candle. Now it's shifting at the minute. Need a lower wick, and I want it to pop back down into the high of this bearish candle, where limit orders could be an option, but I reckon I'm going to wait for it to pop above. I'll let you guys know if I take a slightly early entry upon the new candle pulling back to create a lower wick, but at this point I'm favoring the continuation buy. So we need a lower wick though. High is 18, so I'd be looking about 3425.4. Maybe have a bit of a wider stop. Jack GIF, only gold, yep. No, I don't trade penny stocks. On what platform, Ethan? This is TradingView. All right, 17 seconds, 15 seconds, 15 seconds, guys. Want the closure above? And I want a lower wick. I'll let you know if I'm taking a slightly early entry if I'm going to layer in. But at this rate, I'm looking likely for the continuation buy above the high. We got, oh, closed right up the high. Oh, wow. Haven't got an upper wick. Oh, man. You're kidding me. No, let's go to small on IC markets. I need to pull back either way. I need to create a low wick. More of a low wick. Pop pretty much straight up. So right now I want it to pull back, tap into the high of that bearish candle. And I might take an early entry from there. So 77. All right. So I've just taken a small entry on the pullback. Let's see. Oh, we're pumping. Got triggered in at 68. All right, so 68 was my entry. That's what I'm currently looking at. So it's in a little bit of profit. There we go. Got 7 pip profit on the table. Once pop up a little higher, I'll get to break even. And in to consider secure. There we go. Stop loss at entry. Closing half at 13. I'm going to let the rest run. And that's a quick little victory. Remember, it's really struggling. It's very early into London session, so it could still react. We've got 19 pips on the table just now. Nicely done, guys. What? Really, pretty much right in at low. There we go. 25 pips profit on the table just now. Well done to anyone following along. Don't be greedy, guys, because once again, the price action has been very, very tricky at the minute. So again, based off the 1 hour candle here, I think it was a pretty solid entry. 25 pip profit on the table at the minute. So good work, guys. Job done yet again. Let's go.
Great call, man. Great call.
Thank you, mate. Nice work.
Took out 14 pips.
Yep.
Come on, YouTube. Hit the like button.
That's it. You guys need to smash the like button. Wow. Can always count on you, mate. Well done. Nev, gold can be a beast a lot of the time. Lena, W, good work. Franco, cheers, mate. Well done, team. So nice quick win on that one. Took all of about 3 minutes for it to, not even 3 minutes. Still in the first 3 minutes of London Open here. First 4 minutes. Yeah, you TikTok. Anyone take the trade? Sell a buy entry, Joe. I mean a buy, mate. Currently 26 pip profit on the table. Easy does it. Richard, you're in. Nice work. 171 of you on stream, TikTok. Smash that screen for me. Let me know how you're going. Who's in this trade? But once again, don't be greedy because it's not the cleanest. It's not the cleanest area. And we've just been coming from really shitty price action, to be honest, guys. So I've secured the majority. I've secured more than 80% at the minute. Secured more at just over 20, and I'm happy to let the rest do its thing. Now, my target, the overall target, I've actually got back at this resistance and small runner, but even being a small runner, it will still be a significant return if it actually, in fact, does reach that level. It's 28 pips on the table at the minute. And if you have not secured yet, I would consider it. This is KW trade, nice one. Steve, love that one entry. Appreciate it, my friend. Well done. Sebastian, you're in. Good work. Job done yet again. Smash the like button. Appreciate it, Tommy. Taking half. Break even, Nev. Good work. No one doesn't like Big J. Appreciate it, mate. Just Wings Keith, thank you, mate. Lena, I don't usually trust it if an hourly has little to no wick, up wick, but your entry made sense. Thanks for the lesson. Yeah, well, I agree too, but I had a little bit of a a little bit of an upper wick. Again, we spent a fair part of the previous hourly candle in the range below, only to continue to reject. So it made more sense for me to get involved upon the pullback in anticipation that we finally got the catalyst we were waiting for. There was a good chance we were still going to pull back to once again retest and begin to pull away from that zone. So off the back of that, it was enough for me to just pretty much market execute a sell, a buy, sorry. Oh, I hope no one market execute itself. And yeah, gold trade, turn the volume up. Who else? I called it. If you don't believe me, rewind the stream, mate. Coming from the guy who said you shouldn't be trading this time of day. Again, what I say before, you can trade whatever time of day you want. Only a certain, maybe 3-4 hours I would not recommend trading. About 4 hours maybe. Everything else, fair game. As long as you get the right confirmation, just do you. Don't worry about what anyone else says. So many people say Asia session shit. Tell you what, it's much better than London session on Flate for gold. Shit's all over London session. Steve, big move on DAX again. Yeah, man, it's crazy this thing. No low wick on the 5 minute. Currently running more than 30 pips, guys, on this runner. So once again, if you're not secured nothing, just be a little bit wary of the fact we are still within a range. We are approaching some resistance here. It will not be that bad a time to look for to secure some profit. Sebastian TP 34.32. I've got it. Yeah, I've got it 33. Got it higher up, but I've secured 1.8%. I've got like roughly, I'd say, yeah, a little bit less than 20% left running. Byron, it's at buy pending order 33.30. Bullish buys at the moment. Okay, fair enough. Nev, yeah, Asian session. I've not been on the charts for it, but it has been from what I've seen. Camaros, nice work. Dylan secured 30 pips. Nut Chillis, you're at break even. You're in. Nice one. So you're at least not going to take a loss. Secure 15 pips. Nice one. User 30 pips as well. Well done. Little draft. Thank you, mate. Hope you're well. To my one and only TikTok sub. I just started trading, doing paper trading right now. What's some quick tips you can give me? Have a trading plan and be very strict with it. Treat it as your Bible or whatever. Treat it as your blueprint. Follow it to the T on a daily, and that will outline exactly what you are to do of a day, how many trades you are to take if they present, what sort of price action panel, whatever, like your edge is, what you're to wait for, whether it be certain indication within price action, whether it be balances with fair value gaps, if that's what you want to trade, which I don't. What pairs, what you're going to risk of a day. 40 pips in profit, guys. And again, we're approaching some resistance, so be careful because it could reject you. What else? What time a day? What times and what time? And yeah, like again, it's going to take time. You're going to have to try to find something that resonates with you, whether that be scalping, day trading, swing trading, what suits your character the most, and then start with learning a particular edge strategy and see if it resonates with you. Give it a good few months. Don't just flick it off after a week because you didn't understand it, or you couldn't take a winning trade while you're paper trading because maybe you're doing something a little bit wrong. I would suggest continue to watch the stream. You'll pick up a lot, especially if you want to go about it price action way, is what I preach and teach. Flying here, guys. 43 pips in profit. Let's go. Smash that like button, YouTube. 37 likes. Let's get those likes up. Gold trader, mate, bugger off. Why? I don't understand why you're on the stream. All you do is come on here, say you're in from here, you're in from there, you're taking a win, you're stupid for training this time of day. Why are you here for? Honestly, why bother? Why are you here, mate? And there you go. Goodbye to you. This dickhead is trying to tell me what to do on my own freaking stream. After taking winning trade. Knob. What a wanker. 50 pip profit. There you go. Pick that up your ass, gold trader. Can't please everyone, can you guys?
You can't be this angry when you're in 50 pips profit, Justin.
What's that? Can't be. No, you can't. You can't. Just love sticking up these morons who think they're fucking eating a bit, you know. Excuse the French, but do your own, if you're gonna be like that, run your own stream. Why bother coming on and just a diss? I don't know. For me, it just makes no sense. I won't waste my time. Would not waste my time.
GU would play perfectly as well.
GU, yeah, someone's just asked about it, so I was about to look at it. GU. TP, well, it's definitely hit one of the first targets. It's 47 pips in profit a minute, so you should have secured something by now. GU. So GU's breaking that resistance here. It's the first 15 minutes of London Open though, so yeah, looks like this could be another impulsive lead to the upside here.
But the issue is, yeah, correct.
You got some resistance again. It's just not easy. There is no real clean area. It's much cleaner to the downside.
Correct. Also, EU is the same, so to the upside it's not clear. To the downside, yes. So
yeah, correct. I mean, those who trade patterns and triangles and all that stuff, you're probably looking at thinking it's breaking out and you may have an entry. But it's just not what I do. I look at it thinking it could reject. Just doesn't mean it can't continue bullish. You know? That's why I say trade your edge and don't be influenced by another person. I do what works for me. It might not work for everyone else out there. It doesn't work for everyone else. It works for some, it won't work for everyone. I look at it thinking it's best above that point, because it could reject at any point. It could come back down to entry. But then I look to the left and I see, yeah, we're still best above that point because we're going to be above that bearish candle. Not a great deal of margin, but maybe that's where you got an early entry. It's about 12 pips there on EU, which is not that bad, because considering you can get based off, let's just say, a 30-minute candle using a stop loss below it, then you can usually get a stop loss of less than 10 pips. So yeah, it's just one of those ones. GU, to be honest, what I would like to see
for me on GU.
On the 5, there was like a nice interruption candle.
Over here.
And it falls in line with the data that that I've got. So I was sort of, if I could have got in, I missed the actual initial tap, and then I wanted like the 5 engulfing bottom we can go, but it made it pushed too much to give me a good stop.
Okay, from the low. Okay.
Yep. To be honest, what I'd like to see on EU is a high confirmation, and then rejection, and flip the 30-minute structure. Bearish. So close above here on the M30 to create the high, come back down, close below that low. It's going to flip the 30-minute structure. You're at some resistance on the minor time frame. You're breaking 4-hour support. Yeah, it still looks like it could continue bullish though. The higher time frames still have room, but that's what I would preference, because the upside, the only thing I would wait for, I'd be really patient, let it create clean move, pull back. That's going to be a long way off.
Yeah, but we need to put in the other resistance there, and then we are coming also to H4 resistance.
Yeah,
A
but
little
that's
bit
what I
higher.
mean. Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade into it just now, so I'd let it cut through it, clean move, pull back. Like so. And that's way off happening. That's hours away.
Yeah, I might even look for like I want this to close above this level, come back in, tap into this level, and then go again.
Oh, okay,
That'd be
yep. Your entry?
That.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that. I know it. Yep. So that was similar to yesterday. Very similar.
Yeah, I'd like this close to close above to sort of not look like a fake out though.
Yeah.
Just to sort of,
No, I get it. That's almost identical to what you're looking at during pre-MY yesterday on the call. Nice one. So presents. Got more than 50 pips on gold for those who are still in it. Carl, you've been in gold trade since I was 12. That's what gold trader sounds like, mate. This guy just comes on every time. He's running a gold buy. He's in a 50 pip profit, 100 pip profit. He's also in a sell though, and he's also in a 300 pip profit on the sell because he's hedging it. Don't trade now because it's a stupid time day to trade around session open. The guy never loses. It's just one of those idiots. We'll be in probably about 100 trades every 5 minutes, and we'll only mention the winning ones. Jose, thank you. G. So it can just be frustrating at times, guys. But again, I need to accept it. I put myself out there, so I'm the one open to being ridiculed and picked on, and it's all good. Good old Aussie language.
The good thing is, Justin, so you
At the
made
ban.
a very good call.
Ban hammer.
So it's more proof that it's not there. So,
Well, that's it. Proofs in the trade. So Naturalist. Sorry, butchering names. TP hit, nice work. G, look at GJ. Still nothing on GJ. GJ, however, what I do like about GJ is that particular level there. And what I would preference on GJ is if this 30 closes below, then just simply wait for a closure back up that resistance, and there's your potential entry. Take it back up to the high. Hater, this is the current gold position. Had about a 3 pip drawdown, I think it was 3 or 4 pip max drawdown, and then quickly flipped into profit. Very quick trade. I'm still 60 pips up right now. And the little position, like I mentioned to my guys, little positions can still do their thing, and it can still be something of, you know, significance. So these are the runners of what you want to get your hands on. Yes, you say, but why wouldn't you hold the whole thing? Because there's a few reasons why. First of all, you're trading into the range. The range holds priority. The range is not the cleanest place to be trading into, especially this one when price leaning up to it was very, very indecisive. Because of that indecision, and also because of session open, we know there's likely to be volatility. I'd rather just take some profit on the table, leave a little runner to do its thing, and if the runner goes, the runner goes. If not, because the amount of times what I see, you know, happening is they'll push to enough to take some partials off the table, that maybe 15, 20, 30, 40 pips, and it reverses, and you're kicking yourself thinking, why not take some profit? So this is what works for me. I know that I will always manage my trades when it go against me. I've shown time and time again on the stream. I'm happy to manage my trades in drawdown as well. And that being said, it means I can also take partials off the table within my target to the upside in this case. There, goes flying. Yep, Darren Beach. Let's pull back all my Asia losses on that one. Nice one. Takes pause to live stream your training, Jose. Yeah, look, I'm comfortable and confident what I do. Yes, I'm going to cop it. You always cop it. But I just goes to show time and time again, what happens when I'm patient and wait for my plan to present? More than 80% win rate. Do I think gold can reach 455 today? there's a lot of resistance to get through to get to that point, but that would be, I'd be more focused on 50 or 50. Hater? Yeah, it's FOMO. Your next potential entry is to wait for this candle to close above this resistance. I'm not going to scale into it though. No point. But that's what you'd be waiting for now. Took long on EU. Davis. Oh, it's looking pretty good. But just be wary of the resistance that you're fast approaching. So, again, don't be greedy. If you're in profit, consider securing some of it. Great to see his likes up, YouTube. Do appreciate it. What a trade that was. Nice and easy, just how we like it. That was what, all of about maybe 30 seconds before it got to TP1. Oh yeah, we've crept over 50 once or twice this week already. So it's good to see the numbers going up, and there we go. It's over 50 now, so I do appreciate it. I mean, it's nothing compared to TikTok, but John, good morning to you, mate. Pip Trapper, you think gold can reach 4.5? Yeah, I had a look at that before. No, look, it can. Yeah, of course it can, but there is a lot of resistance prior to it, so that would not be my target. My target is that's my actual target. 43 is my target. But I've secured pretty much all of it. I've only got a small position running. Not Chillis. Yeah, 28 was a good level for sure. This resistance. That's what you said. Nice one, mate. Well done. 2P28. Yep. What else are we looking at, guys? Anyone else currently running any other positions? Let's quickly go around. So GJ coming back up towards that level there. So that will be not bad on the 30 if it closes back above. You got another slightly higher time frame confirmation. Within it, you'll have the 15 bullish engulfing candle as well. So that would be a pretty strong catalyst to suggest that price could once again continue bullish. EA back at support, nothing there. Yeah, GA the same. Ow, hey you go, you good thing. This thing normally does not move, and if it does, it goes bearish, but finally moving upwards. EU below resistance, just remove those levels. Wow, look at GU pump. So this is good. This is what I would like to see for later on. Up through the resistance here to the left. Open up the range because it could reject any of these levels, and unfortunately there was not the margin, in my opinion, to look for a potential buy up to them. So the fact that now it's cutting through those levels, making a clean move up, would open up to it's basically becomes a new range. So you're looking for rejection and you're waiting for a pullback. And so long as the pullback is a relatively clean one, the move back up is more likely to be a clean one as well. Time and time again, that's what we see happen. So that is what I would preference if I was trading GU in this particular situation. Chillis, appreciate you. Thank you for your support on stream. Elizabeth, I'm in GU long. Nice one. Definitely on the right side of things, so good work. Gold pulling back. Still got 30 pip profit on the small position. Bitcoin still bullish. Need that win too. Had a good day. The lady out shopping. Now this is, let's quickly look at it. Wouldn't trade it this time of day. Slow trickle up prior to it. Nice clean pullback. Yeah, don't see much at the minute. Bearish engulfing would be a pretty decent catalyst, but it probably is in the margin. US oil is an interesting one. I don't feel it's that bad an option just to layer into some buys on US oil. Longer term holds I'm talking about. Look at silver. Almost $60 against the Australian dollar. DA, it varies. So this one was pretty much a normal position size. So risk percentage wise is probably about around a closer to 4 or 5% in the higher end. Lot sizes, I don't trade massive lot sizes. Said that before. But it's still enough to see some good returns and enough to see some big losses or decent losses if you don't manage it. So yeah, DE40. Yeah, looking pretty good. Why I think also, not just because the fact that it's popping back down to support, but what happened the first 15 minutes of London Open, price crashed right down to that level of support, only to bounce off, and now we're fast approaching it again. So triggered in buys at that point. It looks like we could be wiping those buys back out by closing back below. So off the back of that, I believe DE40 would not be that bad an entry as well to the downside. Got some 5-minute structure forming here as well. Lower low, lower high. So if it confirms yet again a lower low, then that would be, in my opinion, pretty solid option to sell it. Maybe you might want to wait for a 5-minute closure below. Yeah, goals retesting at 5-minute open. Yeah, is it just creating a high and low now? Remains to be seen. Yeah, so at some point you guys on TikTok gonna have to jump across to YouTube. At some point. It's the exact same profile name. So easy to find. Make sure you put the dots in between the A, C, and the T. And after the T. Or you type in Forex and it will pop up. The reason I say that also is because I know TikTok have some new rules they're rolling out on the 25th, so in 2 days from now, and I'm really not sure how that's going to affect my stream. It may mean I can't continue to stream. I'm not sure. They're becoming even more strict apparently. So if you cannot find me on here on TikTok, you guys know how to find me on YouTube. Arafin, thank you, mate. And what you see on YouTube is obviously you get the full screen, so you get all the prices and that on the chart. You get, it just looks a lot better, the presentation. Bjorn, yeah, Chris, morning to you, mate. Yeah, so if you cannot find me on TikTok, make sure to look me up on YouTube. Jump across the YouTube, sub on YouTube. I'll be on YouTube always. It's a lot easier on there. They're not as strict. We'll see though. The test will come, obviously. If I do get restricted or not. Amaris, got you. Nice one. What's the name on YouTube? It's the exact. I just mentioned, mate. It's the exact same. I'll type it in. Exact same. You can't miss it. Can't send links into TikTok chat. It's just my profile name. Not Chillis? Yeah. I never asked for him either way. Bjorn, YouTube's better screen and looks nice now. Thank you, mate. User all good. All right, so GJ not quite closing above, so consolidating above, so it still becomes for me, it's still pretty much the same entry point for those interested in looking for GJ buys. Really want to be back above that point there, because then at that point there's a high probability it's going to at least come up to the resistance at 199 flat. So as long as you do have the margin, may not though. But I believe there's also a good chance that whilst we are, well, it's technically a downtrend on the minor time frame, but I still believe there's a good chance it's going to head up to the 4-hour level. All pulling back, it may figure out that small runner. All good. Not fast, it was a good trade nonetheless. No, Chillis is new today. No, YouTube I've been on for forever, for a long time. YouTube was before TikTok. What are you talking about, the regulations? No, it's Friday, I think, when they come into play. Well, guys, I think I'm going to call it because I'm not going to get another entry. That was the trade. It was a good trade. Secured the majority of it. I think it was a really good call, really good entry. So well done to those who took advantage of it and also joined in and took the trade. Well done. Otherwise, what I'll be looking at is now probably just wait and see. If it makes a clean pullback after making a decent move up, not a bad thing. What I'd be looking for is some support to form upon the high low, and then look for some potential buys. The sells are going to be tricky because back into these weeks it's not clean at all. So if it does just reject, you're probably better for it to come back down below the daily low, in my opinion. Otherwise, I would definitely still consider selling it from higher up if it does respect and reject that daily resistance yet again. And that is pretty much how I would go about trading gold moving forward. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so otherwise, Nev, I'll get back to you shortly because I will be on today for MY with my team, and I'll let you know about that. Guys, do appreciate all the support. Thank you one and all for your help today by supporting the stream. I will be back tomorrow from the same time as today. Looking forward to seeing how the charts are again tomorrow. Been so far a good start. Well, it's been a good week so far. 2 trades, 2 wins. Good to be back on the winners list, and we're well back over 80% now. My team, I'll catch you guys in a bit from now. Still got a bit of time, but I'll keep you guys posted. But I will be on later on. Take care.
Thank you, man.
Yes.
See you later.
Cheers, guys. YouTube, TikTok.
Bye.
You guys, thank you once again. Have a good one. And I will catch you guys once again tomorrow. Until then, cheers, team. And bye for now.